I was going to ask you just about Clue. Like, what made you decide to give Clue all your stuff first before you give it to anybody? Like, even before did you do that before you signed him?
Yeah, yeah, even before that, because Clue on the street, Clue was getting people, like, you got to figure all the people that Clue broke on his tape. That's, now successful recording artists, all, got videos and stuff and, things out, He broke just about every major artist right now, was first heard on the Clue tape. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was so important to hip-hop and so important to everything that was going on in New York. Like, you could get a deal off a Clue tape. If you kill a Clue tape, right, you know what I mean? You on your way to getting a deal. Like, Cannabis, that was his first, when he dropped those 150 whatever bars they was on Clue tape. Cameron and DMX, the Get At Me Dog was on Clue. It was a freestyle for Clue. That's how that started out. You know what I mean? And it's actually turned out to be, the record that really catapulted him to being a superstar,
Now, do you think that Clue, he basically just works here in New York with New York artists, or because I don't listen to him too much.
Yeah.
Like, does he, I know that you're, like, naming all these East Coast artists.
Right.
So.
Yeah, nah. I don't need to haven't branched out to the West. I haven't broken any West Coast artists on Clue tape, but it's just, yeah, it's a regional thing. Like, I guess, him being from New York, he just grabbed all of, the best in New York and just put it out there like that.
So you're basically saying that, like, these sort of street tapes, underground tapes, are still probably the most important thing.
Definitely, because on the street level, you gotta have some type of foundation for you before you build up. You need that foundation. Like, if any artist that just goes straight mainstream or straight pop and with no foundation, they falling next year. You have huge selling artists one year, the next year there's no foundation. You never hear from them again.
One of the things I was going to ask you is what we talked about in the other interview that we had when you came into MTV, but just for this one, what made you, like, what was the kind of turning point in the recording process for this album, like, that kind of made you excited?
It wasn't. It's like nothing you can attribute to nothing, physical or nothing, like certain event that happened. I always say it's like that night when Jordan was playing Portland and they was playing in the playoffs and he just shooting threes. I think he had like 9 threes or something that night, and he was shrugging his shoulders like they was like, "What's happening?" He was like, he was just feeling it. It was just, he just got that groove.
Because I think you also mentioned that maybe with the last album you felt too much pressure to be.
It wasn't the pressure of being, you know what I mean, Jay-Z. It was just so many different things that was going on during the time. You know what I mean, as far as, the label, and I mean, it was just a whole bunch of different things that was happening, and it was just, I never really wanted to be like just making albums every year. You know what I mean? That wasn't my intent. My intent was to come in here so we can have some place, for myself and my peoples, you know what I mean, so we can work and we can enterprise in a legit manner, you know what I mean, was to have Rockefeller. It wasn't for me to be, Jay-Z an artist. That's why I said that the first album was supposed to be the first and the last, you know what I mean? That was the plan right there, but then, I don't know, we didn't know too much about this whole music thing. You got in there and seen the different things that transpired and things that go on. You can never plan nothing like that in the music business. You know what I mean?
So would you consider yourself like a reluctant star?
Very much so.
So you...
I'm practicing my president's wave. It's working?
Yeah.
What, 75%? I'm working on it.
Yeah. So how's
me and Bill gonna hang out too, and then
I know.
we gonna get it. We gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
We gonna go back to the place, have some Louis XIII, some cigars, and some chicks.
Well, the president likes cigars.
See?
Yeah.
It's about to happen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring the girls though.
Oh.